think of putting the two words, children and grief, together in the same sentence. Yet every year, hundreds of thousands of children will become bereaved. And they require unique care because little grievers are not like adult grievers. And so there are 5 things that grieving children would tell you if they could, and I'm happy to share those with you here today. The first one is, my grief is nothing like your grief. And that is so because developmentally, children have a lot of tasks that they still need to complete. They need to laugh and play and learn and have fun. And adults certainly need to do those things also, but children don't have nearly the arsenal or toolbox of coping tools that adults do. And so they need a lot of extra support. They also need us to recognize that developmentally they will experience grief as they grow. So what they understand as a 3-year-old is very different than what they're going to understand as a 6-year-old, which then becomes very different from what they're going to understand as a 10-year-old, and so on and so forth. So at each developmental phase, they're going to experience and re-grieve that loss. The second thing is, children, especially young children, they need you to tell them it wasn't their fault. That is because young children, particularly children under the age of 6, have what is called magical thinking, and they're very egocentric in their thinking, and they think that because they think it or said it, it will be true. And so sometimes children will blame themselves for the loss of a loved one, and they will never verbalize that, but it's something that is in their mind and in their heart. And so it's really important to say on several occasions that it's not your fault. It's nobody's fault that this happened. Grandpa got very, 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 very ill, or Daddy got very, 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 very ill, or your sister got hurt very, 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 very badly in that accident. And so it's nobody's fault. It just happened. So we want to repeat that at several points in time to our children, especially young children, so that they get that. The next thing we need to know about young children who are grieving is their need to feel safe. They need you to create an oasis of safety for them so that they know that they will be protected, that they will be taken care of, that they know that their doctors can fix almost every ailment that we might take them to them for, ear infections, strep throat, tonsillitis, all those sorts of things, and that when people get very, very big illnesses such as cancer that's incurable or other terminal illnesses, those are very different from common everyday childhood illnesses. So we need to provide those young children with a sense of safety. We need to provide teens and older children with a sense of safety as well. The other thing that grieving children need is they need you to model for them what healthy grief looks like. It may be something that we as adults think is really helpful and kind and compassionate if we hide our grief from our children, and yet when we do that, we rob them of having the opportunity to see what grieving looks like. So we want to model for them that it's okay to be sad, that it's okay to have tears, and that they don't last forever. We might cry for a while, and then we might get up and make dinner and have dinner, and we might even tell a joke, and we might laugh, and that grief kind of comes in waves, because it does. Grief doesn't stay the same forever. It changes over time. And the fifth thing that we need to do for children who are grieving is we need to continue to go back to them time and time again. And that is, if we ask them one day, do you want to talk about this? Are you feeling okay? Are you upset? Are you having a hard day? Are you having hard feelings? Are you having a hard time? And the child says to us, I'm fine. I don't want to talk about it. We should respect that and honor that, but then again, we shouldn't assume that every day is the same for them. We should continue to open those lines of communication to allow that child to talk to us about their feelings regarding that loss. And in the book, we have many more ideas on helping grieving children, so we hope you'll check that out as well. Thank you for listening today, and we hope that these tips will help you help grieving children.